Caitlin Clark's post-game comments have sparked significant discussion following the Indiana Fever's victory. Her statement that this is how the Fever are supposed to play basketball has been interpreted as criticism of coaching strategies employed during her absence. The remarks appear to reference the team's tactical approach, particularly their tendency to slow down gameplay when holding comfortable leads. During the recent game, the Fever held a substantial advantage, but nearly squandered it by attempting to control the clock rather than maintaining their aggressive style. This victory marked only the second significant win for Indiana against teams other than Chicago over the past 2 seasons. The Sky remain the only opponent the Fever have consistently dominated during this period. Clark's performance included impressive scoring, though she fell short of the WNBA's single-game three-point record of 9, currently held by Ryan Howard and Arike Ogunbowale. Notably, when Ogunbowale set her record against Indiana, the Fever still secured the victory, demonstrating their resilience even when opponents achieve individual milestones. What 4 boards is not a bad half. That's 14-12. She was on for that for all time. That's actually, that's not bad at all, to be honest. That's really not bad at all. But, it has broken the Caitlin Clark haters. So during that half, all they were talking about was, late in the game, Caitlin Clark had 25 in the first half. She would hit 6 threes. I think it was up there. I think it was one off the most in a half in WNBA history. The game against New York showcased everything working correctly for Indiana. Despite facing a Liberty team not at full strength, the Fever executed their game plan effectively. Late-game situations highlighted the importance of getting Clark involved, as her ability to penetrate defenses creates opportunities for teammates like Aaliyah Boston on follow-up plays. The fundamental issue centers on pace and tempo. Effective fast-paced basketball differs from simply running frantically. True tempo involves maintaining consistent forward momentum and quick decision-making. The Phoenix Suns' 7 seconds or less system exemplified this concept, where Steve Nash, despite being among the slower point guards physically, Indiana struggles significantly when forced into slower, methodical gameplay. Their strength lies in up-tempo basketball, where they can dictate terms to opponents. When leading by substantial margins, the team should focus on extending advantages rather than protecting them through conservative play. The Fever recorded 19 fast break points, though WNBA statistical tracking for such plays requires specific circumstances like live ball turnovers. While New York generated more fast break opportunities due to Indiana's defensive lapses, the overall pace favored the home team. Coaching philosophy often equates control with reduced tempo, but genuine control means playing at your preferred pace. Fast-paced teams naturally surrender more transition points, but forcing opponents to match your style typically yields positive results when executed properly. Clark understands this dynamic completely. Teams that can impose their preferred tempo on opponents gain significant advantages, even if defense's statistics suffer. Indiana's success comes through pushing pace rather than grinding out possessions. And you play on a team with a shot choker, you know how annoying it can be. And would it be better if she didn't throw her hands up this guy? Sure, but she got back in defense after the score, so I don't really care. Kobe, Luka, I'm watching of Shea. Kobe, Luka, Jokic, LeBron, Jordan, every single one of them has done the same thing on the floor, so I don't care. But defensive ratings become secondary when offensive execution generates consistent victories. The Fever should prioritize winning games through their natural style rather than conforming to conventional defensive metrics. Close victories achieved through pace and tempo prove more sustainable than attempting to transform the team's fundamental identity. If coaching staff prefers different tactical approaches, trading Clark would generate enormous returns given her value. Her presence not only provides championship potential but also increases franchise valuation exponentially. Organizations must decide whether to maximize her unique abilities or pursue alternative roster construction. The evidence strongly supports embracing Clark's preferred style, as her impact extends beyond individual performance to elevate the entire team's effectiveness when properly utilized. Caitlin Clark delivered what many consider among her top 3 career performances against the previously undefeated New York Liberty, a display that has sent her detractors into complete meltdown mode. The Indiana Fever Guard's exceptional showing has essentially shattered the composure of those who regularly criticize her play. Clark's opening half ranks among the finest individual performances witnessed in recent seasons across women's basketball. Various standout performances have occurred recently, including impressive showings from other top players, but Clark's first-half dominance stood out remarkably. Her 25-point explosion in those initial 2 quarters, combined with 6 successful three-point attempts, approached WNBA records for most threes made in a single half. The second half saw Clark contribute 7 points and 6 assists, along with 4 rebounds while dealing with some turnover issues. Despite the ball handling struggles, her overall contribution remained solid, projecting to strong full-game numbers had she maintained that pace throughout. During the contest, a notable incident occurred when Natasha Howard, despite Clark being wide open after her hot shooting start, chose to take her own shot instead of passing. Howard finished the game with poor statistics, going 1 for 4 from the field, and posting a -15 rating. Though she did score on that particular possession, her only successful field goal attempt. Clark's visible frustration with the decision, throwing her arms up in disappointment, became a focal point for critics. This type of reaction occurs regularly in basketball when players feel overlooked by teammates, particularly when dealing with shot-heavy players. Every elite competitor, from Kobe Bryant to LeBron James to Michael Jordan, has displayed similar frustration when teammates make questionable shot selections. Clark returned to defensive duties after the play, showing proper team focus. The halftime discussion period became dominated by viral social media posts, attacking Clark's body language rather than acknowledging her outstanding 25. Critics flooded platforms with complaints, with some going as far as claiming the WNBA manipulates games in Clark's favor, suggesting magnetic baskets and scripted outcomes. These extreme reactions highlight the unhinged nature of Clark's opposition. Social media threads filled with inflammatory comments about her performance despite the statistical excellence she displayed. Some posts acknowledged the Liberty missing key starters but maintained their critical stance. The pattern of hatred extends beyond Clark to other prominent players. Before Clark's emergence, similar criticism targeted players like Sabrina Ionescu and Paige Beakers. The same voices that now attack Clark previously directed their negativity toward these other stars, suggesting a pattern of targeting whoever receives the most attention. When Ionescu hit a deep three-pointer during the game, critics dismissed it as unimpressive, though they would have praised multiple makes from the same range. The conspiracy theories escalated, with some suggesting the Liberty organization was paid to lose their undefeated streak, unable to accept that superior play led to the outcome. Sabrina hits 1 deep 3, and by the way, these people hated Sabrina. Let's never forget what these people have, well, some of these people, I'm not talking about these people specifically, which is again, I'm not putting words in their mouth because which is the reason why I'm blocking their names and their profile pictures, but let's be real. A certain journalist said the same. There's a certain journalist who works for a company, and I'm not going to name because it can maybe be tracked down to them, who is basically all they do is anti-Caitlin Clark. They don't know the first thing about sport or basketball. They're just anti-Caitlin Clark. But it is credentialed media personalities joined the criticism, with some referring to Clark using derogatory nicknames and focusing entirely on negative aspects while ignoring her achievements. One particular incident involved the journalist using dismissive language about Clark's performance, calling her a corn muffin and expressing frustration at her open shots. The response pattern reveals that previous claims of not hating Clark, just her fans, were dishonest. The criticism clearly targets Clark personally, often ignoring basketball fundamentals and focusing on manufactured controversies. When Clark produces exceptional performances, critics shift focus to minor behavioral issues rather than acknowledging her skills. The same individuals who criticize Clark's occasional defensive lapses ignore similar or worse behavior from their preferred players. Their favorite players often show less hustle getting back on defense and commit more egregious body language violations. Historical context shows that legendary players face similar criticism for demanding excellence from teammates. Michael Jordan's reactions to poor teammate decisions became legendary, while Kobe Bryant's intensity with teammates like Jeremy Lin created memorable moments. Diana Taurasi, widely respected for her competitive fire, would likely react similarly in comparable situations. The competitive mentality that fans claim to want from players becomes problematic only when displayed by Clark. The same killer instinct praised in other contexts gets criticized when she shows frustration with suboptimal team play. Credentialed journalists have made troubling comments about Clark, including references to her race and supposed privileges, while others have endorsed derogatory nicknames through social media interactions. These incidents reveal biases that extend beyond basketball analysis into personal attacks. Caitlin Clark, LeBron James, is out here saying the Caitlin Clark effect, welcome back, you were missed. And Caitlin Clark comes out, there's no clip, but enough people have tweeted it. But Caitlin Clark, that's how the Fever are supposed to play basketball. That's how they're supposed to play basketball. I agree. You heard in the ESPN interview, I agree. The reaction to Clark's outstanding performance against the Liberty exposed the true nature of her criticism. Rather than celebrating exceptional basketball, critics searched for reasons to maintain their negative narrative. The 25-point half received minimal acknowledgement while minor behavioral moments dominated discussion. This pattern demonstrates that the opposition to Clark stems from factors beyond basketball performance. When presented with undeniable excellence, critics either ignore it entirely or create conspiracy theories to explain it away. The magnetic basket claims and scripted game allegations show how far some will go to avoid acknowledging her legitimate achievements. The intensity of the backlash following such a dominant performance proves that basketball merit plays little role in the criticism. Elite players throughout history have shown similar competitive fire, yet only Clark faces this level of scrutiny for standard competitive behavior. The day's events clearly demonstrated that Clark's detractors struggle to maintain their narrative when confronted with elite performances. The response reveals more about their motivations than about Clark's actual play, as they scramble to find fault with genuinely impressive basketball displays. The Indiana Fever secured a significant victory against the previously unbeaten New York Liberty with a final score of 102-88. This triumph marked a crucial moment for the Fever's season, bringing their record to Clark delivered what can only be described as one of the most spectacular individual displays in recent basketball memory. Her 32-point explosion represented a career-tying achievement that will be remembered as legendary. The rookie sensation demonstrated extraordinary range and precision, particularly during the opening two quarters. Clark's statistical contribution extended far beyond scoring. She merely achieved a triple-double with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, while also contributing 2 blocked shots. This comprehensive stat line ranks among the most impressive performances seen in professional basketball, regardless of league. Remarkably, Clark accomplished this feat without recording a single offensive rebound, highlighting her diverse impact on the game. The standout performer connected on 7 of 14 three-point attempts, showcasing remarkable accuracy from beyond the arc. At various points during the contest, her shooting percentage from long range reached exceptional levels with stretches of near-perfect execution. One particular highlight included Clark becoming the fourth fastest player in WNBA history to reach 150 career points. Achieving this milestone during the first half of the game, Lexie Hall provided crucial offensive support, converting 3 of 4 three-point attempts en route to 40. Her timely shooting proved essential during critical moments of the contest. Sophie Cunningham delivered a momentum-shifting three-pointer late in the game that effectively sealed the victory for Indiana.